My name is Lisa, and I work as an administrative assistant at a law firm. Things are always busy, but I get along well with our managing attorney, Noah, and we work great together. Mr. Noah, I just emailed you the materials for tomorrow morning's advisory meeting. I've also confirmed the final attendance with all the participants.
Thanks, Lisa. You're always such a big help. Was there anything about tomorrow's meeting that stood out to you?
Yes, the CEO of the client company had a question about part of the materials. I pulled a few relevant case precedents for reference. Please take a look when you get a chance.
Thank you so much. That's a huge help. Honestly, since you joined us, everything's been running so much more smoothly. I can't even imagine working without you anymore.
I really appreciate that. I'll keep doing my best to meet your expectations.
Thanks, I'm counting on you.
Noah was easygoing and often praised my work, making the office a genuinely pleasant place to be. But once I got home after work, I'm home. Ugh. Seriously? It's like this again?
Hey, welcome back, Lisa. You must be tired from work.
Tired, but can you tell me why the place is such a mess again? Weren't you supposed to handle things at home since I'm the one working?
Ha! It's not that messy, is it? This is pretty normal. Oh, by the way, what's for dinner?
Takao. I'm exhausted today, okay?
Yeah, well, you're super capable, right? So I bet they keep piling work on you.
So I'm making dinner too?
Of course you are. What are you even talking about?
Takao had once been studying for the bar exam, but after failing several times, he gave up. Since then, he hasn't held down a steady job. He makes a few tens of thousands of yen a month through stock trading, but he spends most of his time at home. We had agreed that he would take care of things around the house while I worked, but in reality, he does nothing, so everything ends up falling on me. For the record, when we first announced our engagement.
Listen, Takao. I just can't accept this marriage.
What? Mom, what are you talking about?
Mom, why?
Because, Lisa, you're just a secretary, aren't you? You're hardly fit to marry into a family of liars. Takao deserves someone with a better background, an intelligent woman from a respectable family.
A good background? That's unbelievable.
Sorry, Mom, but even if you don't approve, I'm going to marry Lisa. Besides, with someone as brilliant as me around, it doesn't matter who Lisa is, right?
I see. If you're that determined, I won't try to stop you.
Because Takao's late father and most of his relatives were lawyers or prosecutors, I'd been constantly criticized by my mother-in-law ever since we got married. And on another day.
Hey, can you lend me some money? I want to buy some new clothes.
Again? This is the third time this month. Why don't you use your own income?
You're so annoying. You're the one making money, aren't you? It wouldn't kill you to share a little.
Takao, don't you think it's time you got a real job? Otherwise, you're going to keep living like this, unable to even buy the things you want.
Forget it. I can't live with a stingy woman like you.
Because of his pride, Takao would lash out whenever the topic of work came up, so there was nothing I could really do. Then, at the end of the year, a big year-end party was held at his family's home with all the relatives in attendance.
Lisa, that glass over there is empty. Hurry up and refill it.
Yes, right away.
You know, my wife only married me for my money. I can't take this crap anymore.
What? Takao, what are you saying?
What do you mean? What am I saying? You always complain about housework. You can't even do the smallest things I ask for. I'm sick of this life. I want a divorce. I just want to be free already.
That's right, Takao. I knew it. I told you from the start, this marriage was a mistake. I saw it coming all along. Lisa was just after your money. I knew it from day one.
After his money.
Wow, you nailed it, Mom. Couldn't have said it better myself. I still don't approve of this marriage, not one bit.
A great man like Takao could do so much better. There are tons of secretaries out there.
No kidding. Man, what was I thinking when I married someone like this?
It's not too late, you know. Maybe it's time to reconsider the marriage.
Yeah, maybe that's not such a bad idea.
Ho. If you're serious, Takao, I can always start looking for a proper match for you.
Takao and his mother burst into loud laughter. Watching the two of them like that, I finally reached my breaking point. I didn't realize I was making you that miserable, Takao. I'm sorry for everything. In that case, let's get a divorce.
Divorce? Wait, what? Divorce? Are you serious?
Yes. You said you're sick of me and that I only married you for your money, right? That was never my intention, but if that's how you feel, there's no point in staying together. It might be bold of me to say this, but this is your chance. So, here, fill this out.
Divorce form? Why do you even have this? Wait, hold on a second.
Oh, come now, Taco. This is perfect. Cut your losses with a woman like her already. You can do so much better. There are plenty of good matches out there for you.
No way. But getting divorced in the heat of the moment like this.
But you needed this heat of the moment, didn't you? Otherwise, you'd never say what's really on your mind. I had no idea you hated being married to me that much. Now I finally understand. I'm sorry for making you feel that way for so long.
Why are you suddenly being so calm about all this?
Taco, you may never get another chance like this. So come on, sign it now. Just get it over with. In fact, if you don't sign it, I'll fill it out for you myself.
You're not serious. Wait, fine. I'll write it myself.
Okay. I've received the signed divorce papers. Then, before either of us changes our mind, I'll go file them right away.
Oh my, Lisa, you're finally learning your place. This will probably be the last time we meet, but you know what? I don't dislike the new you.
Hey Lisa, there's no need to rush things this much, is there?
They say strike while the iron's hot, right? Well then, if you'll excuse me. And just like that, I left a cow's family home behind. I moved into a new place, taking with me the belongings I'd been slowly preparing in advance. 3 months later.
Hey, Lisa. So this is where you've been hiding. Took me forever to find you.
Living in a high-rise condo. Turns out you had money after all.
You too, what are you doing here?
Ha, I've got a lot of free time. Thailand someone isn't that hard when you're not busy.
It took a while to get past the building's security, but we finally made it all the way to your front door.
You tailed me? That's literally stalking. And seriously, what do you want now?
That's just it. Please, let us live here with you.
You've got extra rooms, right? And we're familiar faces, so don't be stingy.
No. Absolutely not.
Why not? Living alone in a place like this must get lonely.
More importantly, how on earth are you affording this kind of place? I thought you were just a secretary.
This is getting ridiculous. Look, I inherited this condo from my grandfather. I've owned it for a while. After the divorce, it seemed like the perfect time to move in.
Inherited a luxury condo. So you really were wealthy?
Then it's basically free for you, right? Great, let's start moving our stuff in.
Hold it. You got the notice that the divorce was finalized, didn't you? We're not family anymore. Living together is out of the question. Please leave before this turns into a scene and disturbs the neighbors.
Come on, don't be like that. We were family, remember? They say even brief encounters are fated, right?
That fate ended the day we divorced. It's over. Let it go. If you don't leave now, I'll call the police.
Wait, don't rush to a conclusion. At least hear us out first.
Takao and his mother suddenly showed up at my place, having somehow figured out where I lived. When I gave them the cold shoulder, they started talking, completely uninvited.
So, the truth is, I lost a lot on stocks since then. I'm deep in debt. Honestly, even scraping together enough for daily expenses is a struggle. I'm in a bad spot. So, just for a little while, can we stay here?
Wow, and what does that have to do with me? That's your problem, not mine. You brought this on yourself. I don't see why I should care.
Wah, don't be so heartless. Of course it's your responsibility to help Takao. You were married, weren't you? Have a little compassion.
Compassion?
You were his ex-wife. That means something. If you don't take care of Takao, who will?
Exactly. That's just common decency, isn't it?
Decency, huh?
You've got to be kidding me. How long are you going to keep playing dumb?
That's right. Just because we're being polite, you think you can treat us like this? Don't forget, we could just stay here whether you like it or not.
When I started joking back in response to their nonsense, Takao and his mother finally snapped. But then, someone appeared.
Lisa, are you okay? It's kind of loud out here.
Noah. I'm so sorry about the noise.
And who are you? This is a private matter. Stay out of it.
Wait, no way, are you Noah? Wow, it's been forever. Since college, right?
Yeah, it's been a while, Takao. But this really isn't the time for a reunion. You know I'm a lawyer now, right? I came to Lisa's place today on business.
What business? Don't tell me, you too.
Yeah, exactly what you're thinking. Takao will be demanding full repayment of all the money Lisa gave you over the years.
Repayment? You're saying I have to give all that money back?
That's outrageous. You can't go dragging up financial matters from the marriage. That's not how it works.
It's exactly how it works. From what I've heard, Lisa gave you way more than what's considered reasonable. And you, Takao, didn't work. You just burned through it on your hobbies.
Wah! But that's a marital issue. A lawyer has no place in this.
Normally, sure. But in your case, you pressured Lisa for money far beyond what was needed for basic living. On top of that, we're pursuing damages for the emotional distress you caused her over the years.
Damages too? But I told you I don't have any money.
That's irrelevant. You're still responsible for paying. Period.
Don't talk nonsense. You can't just throw around words like responsibility. We come from a family of lawyers, do you know? And there's no way you can win a case like this. There's no solid proof.
Yeah. Unless you've got hard evidence, this is just a he said, she said situation.
Well, you actually summed it up perfectly, because yes, we do have solid evidence. Lisa kept a detailed journal throughout the marriage, and there are audio recordings of your conversations. So, tell me, don't you think that's more than enough?
No way. You've got to be kidding. How the hell?
I started documenting things once your behavior started bothering me. Just in case. I hoped I'd never have to use any of it, but here we are. It's a shame, really.
Still, I'm impressed. You even kept audio files to back up the diary. Honestly, Lisa, your level of organization, even in your personal life, is outstanding.
When Noah told Takao that they were prepared to take legal action with solid evidence, Takao and his mother reacted exactly as expected.
You've got to be kidding me. Like hell I'm going to accept this. That so-called evidence is invalid.
You set Takao up. Do you really think you'll get away with something so underhanded?
Oh, and you thought mooching off me endlessly was totally acceptable? You barely worked, didn't do a thing around the house, and spent all your time messing with stock trades. I didn't marry you so I could support someone like that.
Lisa, you've got some nerve saying all this now. Fine then. If that's how it is, I'll sue you instead.
That's right. We've got tons of brilliant lawyers and prosecutors in our family. You'll regret this.
Is that so? Then by all means, go ahead. But if your relatives are truly competent, they'll probably back out the moment they hear the full story.
You really think you can just walk all over us like this?
You're the ones who are out of line. You run up debts and then come crawling to your ex-wife, expecting help. What kind of logic is that? I don't ever want to see either of you again. If you keep showing up like this, I won't hesitate to file a restraining order.
What? You're dragging more legal stuff into this?
Then you should already know, if there's one thing the law does well, it's protecting people like Lisa. And since you claim to know the law, let me be clear, we won't go easy on you. So be ready.
Now leave. I never want to see your faces again.
Damn it! I've got nothing to say back.
What are we supposed to do now? If Lisa won't help us, how are we supposed to survive?
And so, grumbling all the way, Takao and his mother finally left. With Noah's support, I formally demanded compensation for emotional distress, as well as repayment of all the money I had given Takao over the years. In an attempt to counter this, Takao and his mother reached out to their lawyer and prosecutor relatives for help. But instead of support, they were scolded and disowned. Perhaps realizing how badly things could go if they ignored the claim, the two didn't fight back. Instead, they took on even more debt in order to pay me in full. Now buried in liabilities, unable to make ends meet, Takao and his mother disappeared overnight to avoid debt collectors. And ended up living out of parks and under bridges, scraping by through harsh and bitter days. As for me, afterward. By the way, Noah, what made you want to become a lawyer?
Hmm. Well, if I'm being totally honest, money, probably.
Money? Wow, that's refreshingly blunt.
Back when I was a student, I used to think I wanted to do something useful for society. But let's be real, if a job doesn't help anyone, it doesn't really count as a job in the first place, right?
True, people pay for things that have value to them.
Exactly. So I figured if I made more money than I could ever spend, I could donate the rest. That way, maybe I could make myself just a little more useful to the world than most people.
So that's what you meant. Sorry, I totally thought it was just a shallow answer at first.
Haha, don't worry. That whole bit's kind of a go-to at parties. I'm used to it.
Since then, my days have been as busy and fulfilling as ever. It's just the two of us at the firm, so most of my work revolves around supporting Noah, and honestly, it suits me better than I expected. These days, I'm practically working as his personal secretary. One day, I happened to ask Noah what inspired him to become a lawyer. His answer was so unexpected, it completely caught me off guard. Still, it was refreshing to hear such a different kind of motivation for choosing a profession. And deep down, it felt just like him, very true to who he is. With that thought lingering in the back of my mind, the two of us continue to pour ourselves into our work, day after day. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.